We're here. We're here. We're doing it. We're live. All right. It's been a minute. We're gonna chat just some pre-Thanksgiving stuff. I'm excited about that. I don't want to call it holiday anymore, but it's one of my favorites. You get to eat and spend some time with the fam. Super fun. So what we're gonna chat about today is how we plan anything, frankly. But we're gonna talk about wellness, fitness, bulletproofedness, athletic development. How do we plan for this? What's going on, Jeff? Happy Thanksgiving, bud. We're going to get excited here. We are talking how to plan. And so, actually, I was doing some work and planning out a couple big goal things for our brand and what we're doing kind of into the future. And without getting into too many details about what we're thinking about doing, I did say, you know what, this planning process might be useful for others. The idea that, and actually, we'll have a couple little analogies, little stories as we go along, but the idea that when we think of the end goal, what do we want to accomplish in exercise, in life, in finance, and relationships, whatever, we can look at the final goal as like this monstrous task that's going to take years and years and effort and all these things. And fitness is a good one for this. So we're going to stay on that track. When we think about exercise, we go, okay, what do I look like now? What do I want to look like? What do I feel like now? What do I want to feel like? What can I do now? And what do I want to be able to do? And so let's say if we're starting at a low level, someone who's probably never exercised before, maybe has some pain, which is very common here. Some people will come in and have pain that is restricting their ability to do movements that they'd like. So they go, okay, well, what can I do? I want to get better. All right, well, they're in here. We're going to make them better. But we know that the plan is not going to be a single day. Fortunately, we have some ability to make people feel better like the second they come in. Really, they're going to feel good when they leave. They're going to know something good happened. We're going to be able to measure that for them and show them, look, we have a plan. We'll be able to get you moving forward and continue to matriculate the ball downfield so that we're getting you towards your goals. But, we have to break those big goals down into small, really achievable ones. Everyone's heard of the SMART acronym for goal setting, and I frankly don't even know the letters for that. But the idea is that these are short, achievable, measurable goals, right? Well, sometimes the goals have to be stacked many, many, many times over because you might be looking at a process that takes a year, 5 years, 10 years to get whatever you consider your ultimate wellness or fitness goals. So I don't know what they are, but it could be that long a project. Well, if you just said, man, it's going to take me 10 years, I'm never going to do this. Well, sure, if that is the attitude, if that is the way you're going to approach planning for this, yes, it is likely you yourself, in this case, will never achieve that thing. But there are people all the time practicing hard things just so they can get incrementally a little bit better and closer towards their goal. And that's the kind of stuff we want to encourage. I was helping one of my daughters with math homework yesterday. And the idea that she's like, oh, but these problems, there's so, what she got stuck on? There were 30 math problems to do. Not that any one problem was hard or easy or whatever. She's like, there's 30 of them. I was like, okay. Well, we could say, wow, there's 30, and that seems like a lot. Or we could just say, actually, what it is just one problem after another until we're finished. And when you think about it that way, it's like, okay, you break it down into little pieces and say, hey, we're halfway done. Hey, we're 3/4 of the way done. And that momentum is useful. But if she continued to see the problem as like, oh, it's so many things, like, yeah, it really is, but let's just knock one at a time. We'll just knock them out. And so I want to give my plan, that is how I plan for some of this stuff. I'm kind of a visual person. And so we'll, again, this is something I have been doing for our Spark brands and our hopeful expansion. But I think this plays, this plays in any number of scenarios, right? So I have a big 2024 calendar. No big deal, just a stupid dry erase calendar. And so what I know is our baseball, for example, programming starts around about here, right? And I'm gonna erase all this stuff later, right? So around about end October. And why is because that is when our competitive year sort of slows down a little bit. There's lessons in this fall. Okay, so now I know that is the time I get to see these folks, right? So I got all this year to figure something out. Now we're still seeing them as of right now through this month. Okay, so we're in February. So we have all of this time, March, April, May, June, July. Okay, all that time to plan. Okay, I need to get back here, all those boys and girls, those gentlemen who are playing baseball and softball, to live through this and get here. So what do? we break these months down into attainable pieces of in-season programming so that when we get to here, we're not broken. We are ready to go for another off season. And so I go, okay, well, we have to get people here. When do I have to begin talking about it? When do I have to begin doing workshops, doing seminars? Okay, well, I got to do about 3 months of that work. So now we're looking about here. All right. So now we're in July. Now what happens is I start to fill in each of these days. Now it doesn't have to be super detailed, but there's a goal, there's a thing. Maybe we're talking about shoulder care here, we're talking about elbows over here, we're doing hips over here as we talk. But the idea is that we're getting the information so that the people who need to know it, the baseball, softball, ground reaction force athletes who spend the winter kind of off the field, need to be hitting our off-season time here. So now we got a little plan, a couple dates, right? Then what I'll just do is go through the whole calendar. So in January, we have these 3 things to do because obviously there's not going to be many things. They're just going to be spread out. And that's how we develop our plan. So we'll know in January there's 3 things to do for this October program. Maybe because, of course, that's so far from October. Same thing with your fitness or your wellness. You might have a vacation right in, let's see here. You might have a vacation in July, August timeframe. Well, you go, okay, if I have a vacation there and I need to lose, I'd like to be 10 pounds lighter. All right. Give or take 2 months. That's very reasonable to do that really easily. So you go 2 months. 1, 2. It's like, okay, all right, I can be bad. I can live my normal life up to here, nutrition-wise, exercise-wise, but man, I got to buckle down right in here because my vacation's happening. Let's go sun. All right, we got some sunglasses. That's cool. All right, so we got vacation. All right, but you got to be working in here. Oh, that's okay. Just do the plan. If that's the day, and these are the months we're preparing. Now, you could also say to yourself, well, January's coming up. And maybe if I'm just really good up till here, I'm not eating a lot of ice cream, maybe not overindulging at Christmas, then maybe I'll need 1 month to prepare for my vacation. Okay, so this is your plan. This is how you set things up. Now, this is my style. I like to see it, and then I'll write out a list. But what that does is creates a cool list of very achievable small goals. And so with regard to fitness, if it's in that May timeframe, you go, okay, well, cool. All I got to do is start my extra calorie expenditure program, right? So I'm going to do cardio 3 days a week. Okay, I started on Monday. Monday, 20 minutes. Wednesday, 20 minutes. Friday, 20 minutes. All right, boom, plan is executed. And all I did was put 3 little things, 20 minutes of cardio each of those days after my normal training or in the morning before breakfast, whatever. There's your plan. You just execute it. Just knock each bit out, and at the end, you're going to get to your beach body or whatever it is. In our case, we're going to get people in here to do our off-season programming. But we're going to do this throughout the year for all of our programs. So whether it's your financial goals, whether it's your relationship goals, or it's your fitness goals, you can do this. You can do any number of other planning rubrics. Just get a list for yourself. Small goals, achievable goals, stack the wins, and then everything else is kind of easy. All right. I'm going to get back to planning. I got to erase all this nonsense. But we've got a whole year's worth of fun programming coming up, workshops and seminars in what I hope will be the new Spark Field House. Stay tuned to that. And, well, more developments to come. Guys, enjoy your day. Happy Thanksgiving. I will not see you guys till next Thursday because I'll be eating and not executing my fitness plan this week. Take a break. Enjoy. Cheers.